The radiocarbon dating of the Birmingham Quran fragments, which include parts of Surahs 18 to 20, suggests with 95.4% accuracy that the parchment dates from 568 to 645 AD. This is potentially 5 to over 80 years before the traditional Islamic account of the compilation of the Quran in 650 to 653 AD. In Islamic tradition, the compilation of the Quran is attributed to the third caliph, Uthman. However, if the Birmingham Quran fragments are indeed part of the original Othmanic Codex and date from 568 to 645 AD, it would suggest that the Quran was compiled and distributed earlier than previously thought. This discrepancy raises questions about the accuracy of Islamic historiography. The Birmingham fragments contain parts of the earlier so-called Meccan Surahs 18 to 20, from the end of Surah 18 to the beginning of 20, in the order that is common today. They follow Uthmanic logic with the non-chronological order of the surahs, which are lengthwise, except the first surah of the Quran, a polemic or curse upon Jews and Christians known as the Al-Fatiha, which has 7 verses and is of great importance, forming part of the main Islamic prayer. The Birmingham Quran fragment is written in an early Arabic script known as Hijazi. The concept of the Hijazi script, referring to the earliest known manuscripts of the Quran from the 7th to 8th centuries, has been challenged by Estelle Whalen. She argues that defining a distinct Hijazi script based primarily on the form of the letter Aleph and archaic explanations is a scientific artifact or artificial construction rather than an accurate representation of the early Quranic manuscripts. Whalen contends that the traditional narrative of the Hijazi script being a distinct calligraphic style originating in the Hijaz region is oversimplified and lacks solid evidence. She suggests that the variations observed in early Quranic manuscripts may not necessarily represent a coherent regional script, but rather reflect the natural diversity and evolution of Arabic writing during that period. Her critique opposes the notion that the Hijazi script can be clearly defined and distinguished from other contemporaneous Arabic scripts based solely on paleographic features like the shape of the Aleph. She argues that the explanations provided for the origins and characteristics of this script are rooted in traditional Islamic accounts, which may not align with a more critical examination of the manuscript evidence. The fragments exhibit some shawad in terms of variant spellings, verse numberings, etc. that were likely acceptable variations before the Uthmanic standardization. The radiocarbon dating places it potentially before the traditional birth year of Muhammad. There are differences in orthography and verse separations compared to the standard text. Early Quranic manuscripts often had variations before standardization, despite false apologetic claims of a single, unaltered text, perfectly preserved exactly as sent down to Muhammad. There have been multiple Quran standardization efforts, a task which would be unnecessary if the Quran were perfectly preserved.